Barbershop. Authenticity is the key.
Hey, it's Friday night, and guess who's back? The star of the show.
She thought it was. She said that
Hey
shit.
guys, Kawana's back. I've been going for a while, but I'm back here on Friday nights at Rico's Barbershop. You know where we located in the heart of Prospect Heights, Brooklyn, on Vanderbilt Avenue. So you already know if you're coming through what you gotta bring. They still drinking that VSOP and some Johnny Black, you know. Come by, chill with us on a Friday night. You know, join the podcast. Keep repping the Knicks, but I'm repping the Celtics, so you know how that goes. But it feels good to be
that's
back.
what you want to get next
You know
to
what I'm
her.
saying?
Yeah.
It feels good
Put
to
that
be
shut.
back on a Friday night. I miss my guys.
What's up,
They was hating on me. They was trying to fire me. They can't fire me. I'm me. But anyway, we talking about what we talking about tonight on this particular Friday night. Why can't we keep the black dollar in the community, in the black community? Why is it so hard for us to shop or support black businesses? What are the ups and downs that make us not want to, you know, support our people? I, for one, I like to support black businesses. I support Nico. Nico's a black barber. I support Brittany. Brittany J over there getting, you know, bringing the kids to get their hair done and so forth.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate you.
You're right. So I do Mitchell's down the block. I've been supporting them for 40 something years. I grew up over here, so I've been supporting them. My family's been supporting them. So I do support black. Shout out to God is Dope. That's another black company that I like to shop with. They based out of Atlanta. So it's a lot of black. They make t-shirts and hats.
Hold on, don't give nobody no shout out no more.
I have to.
Pause
So
that.
anyways, but I do support. But sometimes you will find, and I'm going to give some pros and some cons. Sometimes in the black community, we become combative when you have a customer that comes back with a product that didn't meet their needs or expectations. And instead of you, the owners, accepting that and saying, you know, apologizing, sometimes they can become combative or they don't want to give you a refund or a new product. And I understand sometimes it's maybe a little harder for a black business, but at the same time, you still have to, you know, have some type of policy to get back if that product didn't work, you know, or something was wrong with it. And that's one of the things that I do find within the black community. And sometimes black people like to get prices. So that's another thing. I can't tell you what their rent is or if they just doing it because that they know that they can do it. But sometimes that's another thing. They like to, you know, up their prices.
So what you're saying is black people prices are higher than white people prices?
I'm saying that sometimes some things they do try to take the price up just a notch.
Like what? Haircuts?
No, not haircuts.
Shots fired at the $40,000 barber. Is that a bullshit haircut? It should be $20.
We got a guest in the house. What's your name? Eve. All right, nice to meet you. I'm Kawana. Thank you for being here this Friday night. He's here to get a haircut, but you know, let's talk about this. Why can't we keep the black dollar in the black community? From your point of view.
There's a couple of things in my opinion. One, we're not disciplined.
Right.
Number two, we're under mind control. For some of you guys understand what I mean by that. Constantly watching media, listen to stupid music that's not doing nothing for us.
Okay, you don't have to talk about it.
That's his opinion.
You know what I'm saying?
He's right.
And also, we're bombarded to a point where some of us may believe in ourselves, but not how much do we believe in ourselves, where we're still getting hammered. And we're constantly being told that we can't do this or we gotta fight hard. So by the time we wake up, we're in our 60s and 70s.
Too late.
And our kids who's growing up is getting worse and worse and worse. And on top of that, there's a depopulation tactic that's going on that we can't see because we're so focused on trying to get through the day when the people that's in control of everything have been planning for decades, not centuries. And here's where we are today as a people.
So who's the people you're talking about?
That's not discipline.
No, who's the people you're talking about?
Oh,
Who's the people in control?
I can't say because they're not on camera.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna be the one that we see on TV, like talking over there. They gotta be behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. Understand that. So you can't answer that.
So come on, fellas. What's
So go ahead, Daddy. No, I want you.
You
No. I want you to have.
Okay.
Start off. Don't pass it nowhere else.
Why can't we keep our money in our communities? I think.
First of all, let me ask you, do we have a community?
No, we don't.
Can he answer
Damn,
the first
man,
question?
I thought you gave me and then you shut me down, man. Like, come on, man.
No, I switched the question.
No, but he's gonna answer the first question and then he can answer the second.
I took too long. You want me to speed up? All right. We can't. Nico's right. I must admit, we don't have a community.
Why?
Because we don't stick together. That's why.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What it takes to make a community?
Cut.
What it takes to make a community is a little more complex than we would like to imagine. Now, we used to have communities back in the 80s, 70s. I'm using Bed-Stuy as an example. But from my experience living up and growing up in Bed-Stuy, none of the essential businesses were owned by us. So how are we supposed to keep the money circulating in our community when none of the essential businesses are owned by us?
And what years were you speaking on?
The 80s. Yes, sir.
With the moderator was actually doing his job.
I'm gonna say this. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, from Fort Greene, Plain Hill area, and I lived by the Junction Flatbush. And used to go everywhere. Anyway, I know about the 80s as well. There was Decepticons, there was Lowlight, there was all that stuff. That's about all that stuff. Now, in terms of discipline, it goes back to discipline again. We're gonna say that, okay, we didn't own stuff, but what was happening? No community. Why? Because we was busy fighting each other. Meanwhile, a lot of our parents are from different countries that have their beliefs. My family's from Haiti, somebody's from Jamaica. And you know, back then, a lot of Jamaicans didn't like Haitians, and vice versa. And then on top of that, they keep the division going. We all the same color, but we still keep the division going. Oh, you fuck with my language.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. So you're telling me there was division within the West Indian community as
West
well?
Indian and American was why? I'm gonna tell you
No,
this.
I know the African American community because I understand that. But I'm saying there was.
American.
I know it's part of that.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying, let me say this. Where I lived at, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say projects, whatever, but everybody considered us projects of what we was back then. We used to have people from other projects, but I lived in the Clinton area, Fort Greene area. So us as black people, you know, I was projects. Yo, from Van Dyke, yo, I'm from LG. Was just fighting. I moved to Flatbush. That's when I see the West Indians. But we all still live around each other, shooting and killing each other all day, every day. We can't blame those people when we're right by each other and this what's happening. Now we got the rap music, drill music. What's happening now? And meanwhile, we sitting there, like when you got people like me, which some of you guys know, I've been talking this for years. We gotta be this way, we gotta do that. Some guys don't want to hear. Why? Because we're so ingrained on from decades of, I don't like you, I don't believe you, or F this dude, whatever, he don't know what he's talking about. This is what it's gonna continue, where it's gonna continue. And we're so messed up at this age that we refuse to like wake up and see what's going on. There's one more thing I'm saying. There's a store right by my neighborhood on Myrtle Avenue. These Arab people were selling it. I have two guys that I grew up with that knows about the business of a grocery store. I was like, why don't we put our money together and see what's up, since we all talk about business. And Nico, you know, I've always been saying stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to do it for whatever. As soon as that time came,
Nothing. They pop off.
a t-shirt business. To my boys. I told them to take the
Another
risk.
t-shirt business that went bad.
And now, because there was jealousy, there was a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm telling I'm funding the money, I risk, let's make it happen. You know how to do it. What's up? Now we don't speak to each other anymore.
Wow. Certain things can definitely make
200%
friendships.
Yeah, so what happened, we're gonna keep having these conversations. Meanwhile, decades gonna pass by, we're gonna get older, we're gonna die. Whoever has children, they're gonna have the same conversation when they get our age.
That's what you teach them that.
You ain't know something
Yeah,
I was
teaching
looking
I
at?
try to, but when you got other, when they're around teachers like us or whatever, I remember you was a teacher, but we had this conversation before. They don't remember this stuff, but when they go home to the effery at home, little by little it's chipping away, and they're gonna forget what you said, what she said, what Duke said, what I said, what Eagle said. What you guys said.
Yep.
You know, I look at some of the people like some of the things that some black people are doing, like Slim Thug. He built a community. He took money and built a community.
That's
That's
beautiful.
Yes, it's a fact.
Where is this?
Right,
Right,
Houston.
but down south, right?
But down south.
Where?
New Orleans?
Houston, probably.
Houston. Yes, he built he built a
Just in
community.
Texas.
There's other people that have built communities.
Beyonce.
Beyonce too?
Yeah, but she got a big community.
And it's black people, this two black ladies, they got you know, they did a black hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Black business owners. And it's never what?
Go ahead, finish what you said. Make it short. Finish what
Wait a
you said.
minute.
No. And that's good. These black people took and decided, let me build a community for my people.
A hotel is not a community.
No, it's not, but it's a business for them. It is a black business. They own it. That's theirs. So they can generational wealth. I'm passing that down to my kids. And hopefully my kids will take care of it. But I'm saying, as far as building the communities, the ones that have built communities for their people, that's a good look. Because they already know the struggle. They know what the struggle was for them, to make sure that the people coming up are not in the same struggle. So what are you gonna say, Nico?
I was gonna say I don't want to put these celebrities into the conversation because I feel like they might build a community and never look back on the community because really and truly they could be slumlords, and a lot of these people who have money mostly are slumlords.
Can I add to the building the community
Yes.
conversation? So for context, I'm an architect, and I'm part of the national organization Minority Architects. So I know some dudes out in California who are doing this exact concept, and they're not celebrities. They're not, you know, they don't even really have a lot of money themselves. They're partnering with developers, but they're working on building a community that it's about 45 miles outside of the LA metropolitan. So they're working on real things, planning out real things of how do we get utilities there? How do we generate our own power? Like the infrastructure level conversations have to happen. And as a Black community, we have to figure out how to generate those infrastructure elements to be able to build our communities. And then comes the next layer. All right, once we have the infrastructure, as far as just supporting it, obviously then we have the buildings. Then once the buildings are up, we have to have the businesses and we have to have the affordable housing. Because it's at this point, you know, we talk about the context, the historical context, right? But we have to build on that historical context and recognize that there's an equity issue, right? So the fact of the matter is we know it's wrong, but we are in a position where we're at a negative equity and we have to figure out as a community how to get back to the positive equity.
Yes.
And I know that's what this conversation is about. I think some of those things are education. We need to learn how to, we need to be able to own businesses, but we also need to be educated on how to scale those businesses so that the wealth that is generated is able to be passed down. We need to learn how to market, because that's one thing about America and the consumer culture that we live in. A lot of things boil down to marketability, right?
Yes.
Right.
If we have a community full of great Black businesses, but the people that live in that community are being marketed to from white businesses, why would they should go to Black businesses, but why would they if all they see marketability wise is white businesses?
That's right.
I'm gonna say something. I agree with you 100%. Again, it goes into discipline again.
Yeah.
Use myself as an example. I mean, some of the guys know I'm in the fight, right? I got on. I try to think business. Legacy generation.
Be careful.
Yeah. Generational wealth, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I took a few guys that I knew to Detroit. They know Detroit. A few years ago, violence. You know what I'm saying? So like, I know some from where I work at, a couple of friends outside, whatever. They know me like, yo, when this guy says he's gonna do something, he's for real.
Yeah.
So I went to the trip by myself. It looked like the old New York.
Mhm.
All the homes was
1985.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, the credit.
So
exactly.
it's like Wu-Tang. I went back and got the army. Went back over
Come
there.
back.
Told them what's going on, whatever. When we got there, they saw everything. They were selling homes for like $100. There was one person that I spoke to. He showed me the blueprint of an area, let's just say like Crown Heights. That whole area, they were selling for $3,000. I told my dudes, no, we could make it happen. Went over there. As soon as we got over there, happened when we go to the strip clubs.
I know exactly.
And you, son?
Huh?
Yeah.
Detroit.
It's like this. The whole block was
Selling homes like
the
Yeah,
whole
I
block.
remember that.
The whole block was empty, and one person lived in that one house. And they had this thing where this house, like say this building, they sold it for like 10,000. The house next door, they gave it to you for $100.
Mm.
And I'm telling dudes like, yo, we could take over this whole joint.
whole block.
They
They didn't do it.
Now I'm gonna go to strip joint or this. I'm like, come on, man.
Sometimes our mindset
And-
is different. Our mindsets be other places, but
And that's one of the reasons why I say the money goes away from us. That was great income if they actually had did it to create a community for us.
And you saw, and now if any of you guys been to Detroit recently, it's a whole new world over there.
I'm going in July.
I think
You're gonna see downtown Detroit.
I'm
I
going
went
in
to
July.
8 Mile. They had abandoned buildings everywhere, and I was like, yo,
and financially it's crazy.
So
I'm
now-
going in July.
you're gonna see. Watch when you come back.
I
Let
know.
them know.
I know.
Are you going for business or pleasure?
Pleasure.
That's irrelevant though.
yes.
No,
That's
so-
irrelevant.
But everything I do has some business in it.
Nice.
You know me, Deli. We're in the
That's-
house together.
So now,
Everything I do has some business in it.
Nice.
So when I come back, we'll collaborate.
Indeed.
so now,
Indeed.
the other problem is
Uh-huh.
you keep watching the media. You mentioned celebrities, right? We're watching them. We don't know.
I don't want them to be.
No. What I'm saying, listen, what I'm saying. We don't know Jay-Z
Mhm.
makes some ado from going over here, but we don't know these celebrities. We don't know what
No.
they're doing. We don't know if their whole everything is a lie to keep us in the mind state, to keep us divided, and or put our energy towards them, so they could keep making that bread or make us not believe in ourselves while they're pocketing stuff and we're just within our lives away, talking the same thing. And then this is where we at.
That's a fact.
That's it. Definitely.
That's why I'm trying my, that's why again, they heard me say it before, I've been watching television like close to 20 years.
Me too.
You know
Well,
what
I'm
I'm saying?
not 20, I'm about.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The problem I have now is YouTube, and I'm trying to get away with that, but it's like, I see the crap that's going on. And this is why I move militant. You guys know that. Always trying to work out, because I'm trying not to fall off. They got the gender war happening, they got the black crime happening, you know what I'm saying? Now it's the Me Too movement, you know what I'm saying? The soft man era, whatever the hell, all this stuff.
Yes.
So hold on. So anybody have a perspective on that?
On what?
Can do?
What's the perspective on what? Specific.
You got something to say about that?
As far as.
To even add a little bit to it.
We're
To
talking
what he
about
just said.
we're talking about why we can't keep the black dollar.
Or the black dollar in a community.
Can I interject
Well, I can
before
answer
Ken do,
that.
or but let everybody else who needs to say anything go ahead?
Go ahead, Brittany.
Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all go.
Nobody else have anything to say. Go ahead, Brittany.
H was in the middle of a statement. Go ahead.
No, about the black community with our money. That's what we talking about, right?
Yeah, but I was just reiterating what I was saying.
Yeah. Well, you know, like,
Go ahead, Britt.
go ahead, Brett. You
So,
could allude to it,
what I
and I'll
was saying.
piggyback off of what you said.
Okay, I'm always gonna bring it back to this.
You
Subconsciously,
drink my honey.
African Americans, we have the mindset of not being able to grow because it's been indoctrinated within us. From the beginning of slavery, before slavery even begun, in Ghana, they built things to mentally break us. So I feel like that's trauma being passed on over and over again, generation again. To make it make sense, my grandmother was in segregation. I am the first full free person in the world. You know what I'm saying? As an African American.
I don't know what you're saying.
Let him finish, man.
How you don't understand what I'm saying? I
finish
just
it.
broke it out to you. You not understanding?
Let her finish. Go ahead, finish it.
What I was stating is that we have that mindset where we have that crabs in the barrel mind, where we don't support each other, tell one another to get bigger. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, I understand.
How do you
what
not
you're
understand?
saying.
Go ahead, lady, ma'am. What's your name, boo?
I understand.
Nice to meet you.
I definitely understand what you're saying.
Well, somebody can say
We don't.
Who else is gonna say something? H is gonna go.
At the end of the day, we don't support each other. That's facts.
Why don't we support each other?
Because, like Brittany said,
It's been indoctrinated within us.
crabs in the barrel. You know what I'm saying? I love my black folks, but we don't support black businesses. A lot of us is like jealous ones envy. A lot of people are jealous of each other's successes. You understand what I'm saying? But this has been going on. Hold on, let me stop you for 1 minute.
No, allow him to get his.
No, I need to ask a question.
And then you stated.
No, I need to ask a question. I'm running the show. Thank you.
No, you're not.
Was you ever jealous of a next black man's success? Never. Hold on. Did you ever decided that a black man that's selling food, cutting hair, doing etc., and you're supposed to support him and do the things that you're supposed to do as a black man to help him out to build, and you decided you're not going to.
Never.
Did you ever did that?
Never. I'm not a hater. Anybody that know me, I support the black community. I support the barbershops. I support the restaurants.
But
I support Mitchell's that's got something going on this Saturday. If y'all didn't know,
Is this Sunday?
Sunday.
so you didn't even get the date right. So the date right is wrong.
But okay,
Okay.
So you gotta get it right.
that's
So
semantics.
that means you
At
don't
this point.
actually know the date.
At this point, that's semantics.
I
That's
know
not
because I
the-
just got the text.
So what you say?
I knew Mitchell's more than before you because I've been here 50 years.
Yes, you
I eat at Mitchell's.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I support the black community because I've been here longer than most of y'all,
Yes,
except for Duke.
okay.
Okay. So
So you used to buy food from Mitchell's before?
of course.
So you used to buy food. How? What they used to sell before then?
Same
The
thing.
same thing.
And then
Ribs,
What I'm just saying.
eggs.
What-
That's irrelevant.
What-
what's up? What's
It's
up?
I've been going to Mitchell's
Yeah,
since
you
I
used to
was
have
like
breakfast.
5 years. Since I was like
What else
5,
they used
6
to
years
sell?
old.
That's mad.
Hold on. What else they used to sell?
You
Black-
just told
black
me they
food.
said breakfast.
Down south.
They only sell food, nothing else.
They sell food. They sell beer. They sell southern food. I've been at Mitchell's before you was here, Nico.
No, that's not true. You never used to go to Mitchell. That's not true.
Nico, you can't tell me that. I've been
Because
here.
hold
How are you gonna
Nico,
tell
I was
Can I-
here.
can I finish?
When you was in, when you
Hold
was in your
on.
country,
I'm explaining.
when you was in your country,
Hold on.
I've been here.
Because when I came on this side,
You
Mitchell
can't
was
tell
selling candies and all the
No,
other
they
stuff.
always
extra.
sold soul
That's what
food.
I asked him.
But they
for.
always
They
sold
sold
food.
food,
And they
son.
sold breakfast.
They sold breakfast.
I'm asking.
That's what I told you.
That's what I asked
That's
him.
what I
Because
told
the
you.
title, the name of the establishment.
That's
We're
what
not
I
talking
told
about you was in.
It's
No.
a soul food.
I don't
what
know
else-
where I
that's
was,
what
but I'm
else-
telling you what it is.
You can't tell me
You're
about
going on
it.
semantics
So
and you're
what's
being a
your-
jerk about it. That's not what we're
Later
talking
on.
about. The issue is about black people support other black people.
You were still
Like
in
what?
GT when I was eating Mitchell's.
Stop that. One at a time. Stop that, man.
Hold on.
You can't tell me-
Hold on. One at a time.
You cannot tell me about
Wait,
that.
one at a time.
That was
So-
Mexico, but anyway,
So hold on. Wait, no, we're not
Sorry,
moving on.
I'm sorry.
We're not moving on.
When I was going to
That's
Mitchell's.
it.
Whether I was in GT or not, my thing is that
You was in here when I was eating.
when we come to
Hold on,
Mitchell,
hold on.
no.
you cannot tell somebody.
That's not the
I was
point.
You
here
cannot
before
tell
you.
somebody
Fuck
what
that.
they didn't support. So we
So-
can move from
Fuck
No,
that.
that.
we
Who's
can't
that?
answer that. You
You
gotta
cannot
answer that.
I can't answer it because I was
Because-
here before you.
When I was going to Mitchell,
No,
when I
I
went to
stop.
Mitchell's, right?
He asked me a question.
Stop that.
We didn't
I don't
understand
have to
how
stop.
Mitchell's
He
was.
asked me a question and he cut me off.
No, I
That's good,
didn't.
that's good.
You did. We thought we don't get the feel like that swing.
Excuse me, sorry.
Because we're getting off topic. This has nothing to do with answers to dancing.
There's not much I can tell you about Mitchell's except I've supported them a few times. But I am Soul System Cuisine.
Exactly.
So I own a business myself and I cook soul for them. So I like mine a certain way. But I do love their coconut cake. So that's what I can say about Mitchell's. But what I will say about Black business, being a Black business owner and support, what we have to realize is our support will not always come from our community or our family or our friends. We have to broaden our horizons.
Yep.
I don't have to just target the Black people. White people actually love my food.
Ooh,
I
I love
had
that.
More business with white people than my own.
Yeah. See that?
Okay. So therefore, of course, we want our people to support us. But guess what? I'm never upset when you don't. Because I have broadened myself to know, guess what? I'm not just targeting you, and you. I'm targeting him, her, and him. You understand what I'm saying? Because
That's why we got a stomach.
All right. So as far as me in the Black community, I do support Black businesses, because I do believe in building my community. But, unfortunately, there are a lot of haters. And I realize that. And I have dimmed my light for several years. 53 years I dimmed my light. In 2 weeks, I will be 54. That's over. Guess what? I'm going to shine as bright as I am.
Taurus.
I am Soul Sister.
So
This is who I am, and I have been creating that. And I'm not going to stay focused on what the other Black man is doing or not doing. I'm going to stay focused on what God has my purpose to do, and that's to build the youth. Because we concentrating on 50, 60, 40, 30-year-old people. My daughter's 30. Guess what I'm done? I concentrate on the babies. Okay, it's important. I think I had this conversation before when I was in here. It's important to instill, God in your children for number one. Manners, morals, respect, integrity. If we don't have the basics, there's no way we can soar. My mother and my grandparents, I'm blessed that they did that. And this is what I'm doing for my community. I invest in children.
I ask you a question. You have children, right?
I do. I have a 30-year-old
They're
daughter.
following you, right?
Excuse me?
Following your footsteps.
Yes, my daughter
That's
is
good because
amazing, and my nieces.
Okay, here's my thing. Like I said again, you keep saying discipline. You don't have it.
but you said discipline, you keep saying discipline. Discipline in what though? No, I want to know what discipline in what you keep saying.
Well,
Maybe
discipline.
you just want to explain it, but you cut them off.
Wait.
No, you keep saying
Because it's
Maybe
for
you
the
just want to
kids.
explain it and you cut them off.
Working together.
I want to hear from Ken Do also. After him, put the camera on Ken Do.
Working together. A lot of us have children. They look at us as the superheroes. You know what I'm saying? We're getting old. For example, my father, who passed away in 1996. I think I told you this before. A week before he passed away, he was like, "Yo, listen, I'm trying to live for you." He died in the apartment. 5 days. His night is 2004. Today is killing me. God, I miss my father. Not a lot of people say that, but what that does for me, knowing my father's history, he came from Haiti. He was a professor in Haiti, well respected. My grandfather was a judge in Haiti. So in my mind, I cannot be the jackass to mess up the bloodline.
No question.
But I woke up a little too late because I have a child. I don't want to say too much, but the mother and I don't get along. We're constantly fighting. How many people are fighting with the significant other because we're kept divided on purpose? Meanwhile, everybody else who don't look like us, they're making that money or they know the system way better than us. And then on top of that, we talk about discipline. No, I don't want to rub nobody the wrong way.
No. I want to know the discipline of what though?
Let him.
The discipline in how we control our money. I don't want to offend anybody. Like, for example, a lot of you guys are drinking right now, right? Who made these? Who's the one who owns these companies? Is it our people?
No.
So we make it while they doing the F shit where they at. We just put money in their pocket.
Yeah,
Do that.
We understand.
So you're saying the discipline and the details of our choices.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna
It's
make
some
choices.
choices.
We make choices.
It's a lot of choices.
Yeah.
But the choices.
Say him, yeah.
But some
Right,
choice.
yeah?
Yeah, you should be.
Okay.
But some of the choices that we
Which one
make.
is so what?
We're gonna make wrong choices.
No, you can't do that you can't do that.
Why not?
Oh, because there can be one here understanding. So you cannot speak a different language while you
Why
speak.
not? I didn't know. I didn't sign a contract.
So
Did I sign a
Of
contract?
course he can.
Did I sign a contract?
Do whatever you want.
So,
No, I'm saying, did I sign a
so,
contract?
so what
He
I'm
said-
saying.
Because allow everyone to speak
So what I'm
freely.
saying.
Did I sign a
Allow
contract?
everyone to
Listen.
speak freely.
Listen, what I'm saying
I'm
is
not
this.
minded by a contract.
I'm gonna say is this.
This
I look at like in order for us to really reach those of us that's alive, we should destroy and rebuild whatever's going on in our mind. Eliminate things that's not really helping us and start filtering in all the positive stuff. I'm saying that for myself too. Be around things or people that's making things happen. Omit the bad stuff and bring in the positive. For example, I always like to say things. Nico, how many times for how many years you have been saying that I respect you, you're pushing me,
years now you've been saying that.
right?
Yes.
So I use that as a
Yes.
positive.
Yes.
And I said the same thing to you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, you just gotta see me pushing and pushing and pushing. So in my mind, I have to tell myself I'm Batman and Superman, Black Panther, to get through all this stuff.
Yes.
Meanwhile, I have people all over my neighborhood watching me, just like people watching you, your son, and him. You know what I'm saying? I know you're, like I said, you're a teacher. Respect you for that. So it's like, yo, I cannot be the fool too messed up. I just met you now, soul food. I gotta push. A lot of us not doing that because when they go home, they're crying because they see nothing but division and dysfunction. And then when we get together, we all have a history where we don't know how to control it and we just bumping heads. If we try to eliminate it, stop eating the stupidness that we know that's not good for us. You know what I'm saying? Stop watching the stupid TV, which is what's called those reality shows. Stop, my father's right. Stop watching TV. Stop listening to the music that's not helping you because we helping Puffy and all. I don't even mean to bring celebrities, but we help these people be rich, but they don't even know who we are.
Can I jump in? I hear you, my brother. But what you're explaining to the audience and what you're trying to say to us is your individual choices are the best for the community. I don't know if that could ring a bell in certain people. The community is a community, and we are trying to create a community of diversity from all parts of the world, as Kendrick said. So your individual choice from your Haitian background is what built you. You. Your Haitian background.
No, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. Built you and you seen what you saw and you were inspired from it. That's all good. But if we're talking community, we have to start with the kids. If we're trying to instill and enlift our community, we have to start with the kids. Yes, we are the adults.
How?
Allow him to finish his statement before you
You
interrupt.
ask the question, I'm gonna answer the question. How you start with the kids is first off, we need to show up. When I say we, the elders, the adults in our communities have to be there. A lot of our kids are out there with no guidance. Yes, you're a firefighter. Are you volunteering in any community organization within your community to help out those kids that don't have fathers that can model for them?
You're asking me? Yes, I am.
I'm just saying as an example. We, everybody in here has made it out of that same community. But what are we giving back? I get it. Your choices are your choices and it's working out for you. Good. But one of my students got shot this week. A 15-year-old kid in the Bronx.
I think I saw it on the news.
Is that part of our community though?
That is our community. That
But
is
should
our
it matter though? It shouldn't
It's
even matter.
Yes, it does. We talk
No,
about our community.
no, it doesn't.
No,
So
it's
It
not.
doesn't matter.
No, it
A
does
kid,
matter.
a kid is a kid.
I
It
agree
could be
100%.
It could be a white kid. It could be a Puerto Rican kid.
Right.
It could be a
100%.
Dominican
But we
kid.
still talking about black community.
It doesn't matter.
No, you're
It's
right.
a kid. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
A kid is a kid. I get
A
it.
kid is a
But the
kid, bro.
focus of this
It doesn't have to be
conversation.
a black kid
I get it.
that
I
gets
get it.
shot.
I get it. But the focus
Come on,
of this
y'all.
conversation
Come on,
is
y'all.
our community.
I'm a retired public servant, man. Come on, y'all.
And
Get it right.
our kids in our community
Get it right.
are being killed by other kids in our community.
We know
Black
that.
on black crime.
Not necessarily black on black crime. I don't even want to use that term.
But Dudley, you gotta
These
use it.
killings, again, it's not specifically targeting black on black. I'm
But
targeting you
okay.
because you're black.
okay,
They're
I'm
not
gonna let
doing
you. I'm gonna let
Let me
you talk.
finish. They're not killing
I'm
each
gonna
other.
stop them talk.
They're not killing
No,
each
we're
other
not.
just
No.
because they are black.
Yo,
Why they killing each other?
yo.
That's
Can't
the
get away with
question.
it.
They're not killing each other
They
because
are.
they are black. So that black on black shit is a racist terminology that was created by white people to justify the bullshit. I'm just the facts. That black on black terminology, I can't use it because these kids, our kids, are not killing each other because they're black. I'm not killing you because you're black. I'm killing you because you wear blue or because you wear red or yellow or whatever color it is. It got nothing to do with your skin tone. But it's part of the community that we're discussing.
Yes.
Why can't we build up?
They don't kill each other because I don't like you.
Yes,
You
they
look-
do.
You got to say I don't like
H,
you. and
wait,
shoot you.
H, what you gotta add to that? She says more than that.
No, I'm gonna let her speak because I can't.
He just finished. He finished.
No, he does.
He just finished.
No, I can't speak in here, so I'm gonna get my ice. I can't.
Well, let me say something. Can I say something? Again, it goes back to.
I can't add nothing because I'm
Where-
always, I can't.
All right.
Right now, we're at an age where
I'm
we're
done.
on our way.
Let me drink my
Kids
Hennessy.
are grown and some of us still trying to have kids.
I don't like being shit.
Again, we
Grown
gotta
man.
move in a way where
Grown man.
our children, whether it's our children or the children's community, see us in a very positive light. Again, store owner, dog, or whatever. My nephew and nieces and the kids around my neighborhood, they always saw me as Superman. They call me War Machine in my neighborhood. Why? Because I'm setting an example. I know I grew up from over this area, whatever. I'm pushing it. And you see, I'm going through something like you all, but they all say, yo, you're a very strong dude. I want to be just like you. But it's hard. It's a good thing, but it's hard when they go home, their father's beating them. Like I said, it's hard when they go there around other kids that's messed up. But how much can we do? It takes a whole village. So when guys say that, oh, we don't have a community, we don't have a community because we're being fed different stuff from different neighborhoods where it's hard for us to really come together, to really fight. That's going to happen.
Let me speak. I sometimes walking in the street, I see my own black brothers watching me hard. He don't even know me. He like hate. He looking at me this hard kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know him, man.
That's been happening.
That happened. Doesn't that happen to you?
No,
You walk in the street and your own black brother looking at you hard.
no,
It happened to me,
That
bro.
happens to
It happened to me.
it doesn't happen to me.
I'm walking
So,
and
so let me ask you a question. So they looking at you
I
hard.
kind of hate.
So,
Like I doing something. Like I did
so they
something
looking
there.
at you hard, and that, does it mean that they hate? Because I could be looking at you hard, but that don't mean that I hate.
I can
could
see
be
the
looking
hate in
at
his
you,
face.
But I could be looking at you. They could be admiring, like, look at this black man. Like he look like he got it together. Maybe that's something and maybe they might want to say something to you, but they don't want to say something.
Now you can see a difference in their face.
Can I say
You can see the
something?
difference in their
Can I
face,
say
bro.
something? As a man,
Yeah.
let me say something. As a man, a lot of us do know what he's talking about because a lot of us experience the same thing. And what it is, if you really think about it, they hate themselves. Because there's something that you have that they don't have that gets them pissed off. Why they
Again, that goes back to the subconscious where black people were indoctrinated to hate each other.
Can't say that.
We were already, it's in our bloodline,
It's not.
subconsciously.
It's not. Oh, remember, all of us come from different parts of the world.
But at the end of the day,
it's just that.
in America, let's talk about it. Let's be real. Let's not sugarcoat this shit.
What she said is
It's real.
No, what I'm saying.
No, I do. Go ahead, baby.
No, what I'm saying is, you're right, but in different countries, we all have the same problem, but they just did it in a different way. So that when we come, everybody want to talk about the history, but okay, your history is no better than that person's history. We all in the same boat.
Correct.
Can do.
I want to hear from you. And that's what black people as a whole don't understand. We're all in the same boat. We will always be at the bottom of the totem pole until we all come together so we can be the top of the food chain. I don't fucking understand it.
I don't understand.
From our parents. When my parents first got here, they were working odd jobs or whatever to get themselves situated to lift themselves up to bring the rest of us up to the United States or whatever. I mean, they went through the struggles, they went through all the name callings and all of that from Black Americans, from other nationalities that didn't support, that they were taking lesser jobs just to help themselves. They didn't care about the pay or whatever. They just wanted to know, they knew they were making an income to help themselves and help their family. They had a purpose, they had levels what they were trying to achieve. Once they achieved that, I mean, it's like they still, I mean, my parents still, I can talk to them and they'd be like, oh, some of the Americans are lazy and this and that, you know, because that's all instilled in their minds because of back then, everyone was against each other. Like she said, it still is.
Still happening.
It still is because they divide us so they can conquer us. Once we get ourselves together and come together as a nation, as a nation, they know they can't beat us.
Can I say something?
Hold on, let me say something.
No, Nico, I don't want to hear nothing you guys say. Not a fucking thing.
Hold on, let me say that.
Let me,
Go ahead, you say it.
alright. So being a Black American, all right, meaning I was born here, my parents were born here, my grandparents were born here. Okay, I did tell you I was an entrepreneur. Because I want to take it back to people getting a perception that Black Americans are lazy.
Thank you.
This is not true.
It
My
is not.
grandparents worked very hard in the state of Virginia, acquired 200 acres of land and a house. I still own 100 acres and the house. My grandfather sold 100 acres. He got cancer. He wanted to make sure his family was straight. That's what I come from, right? That's my style here, right in America. All right. And now I was also raised in the projects. Okay. Yeah. I was raised in the projects as a kid. All right. And my dad owned a business, BG Construction, and he employed our family. His sons, I have 4 older brothers, his brother-in-laws, his nephews, my brother's friends. We are about community. So it's your upbringing, where you come from. Once again, we're gonna take it back to childhood. I heard these people speak about their parents and what they watch their parents do. So if we don't take the time out to invest in our children and go into the school PS9, which I live across from, I have been a cooking school teacher in PS9, as well as the International School of Brooklyn that started up here on Vanderbilt Avenue, moved out to Brooklyn, Smith Street, over in that area. It's $40,000 a year to go to that school. I was their cooking school instructor. Most of their children did not look like us. Okay, so my incentive is to start programs where I can teach our children, because these kids at 3 knew how to use a knife. I taught them how to use a plastic knife. They knew what dinosaur kale was. They knew asparagus. They knew vegetables that most of our children don't know. Okay, so that's a goal, what I'm trying to do for our community. And if more people would take the time out to create programs for our children, then we can get ahead, because we are the smarter, you know, and we all the same color. I don't care what country we come from. My daughter's father's from Jamaica. I've dated Haitians, and I've dated a couple of them. Yes, it doesn't matter. It's where you're at, and it's what you do.
But that was good then. Back in the days, the people was working. But this generation now,
we're not talking about this generation.
They're not going to work. You ask them to work, they're not going to work. They tell you they're not going to do overtime. My job, I asked them, do overtime. They said, no, they're not going to do it.
You know why? Because they're parents.
I think how these conversations can be most productive is if we're going back to the topic of how does the black dollar stay in the Black community.
Thank you.
We need to stop looking at our lives so intrinsically and look, we're really zoomed in, which is human nature. We get really zoomed in on our lives and our personal experiences, which is 100% valid because that's what our That's what we are, that's what we're brought up to do, human nature. But these conversations are productive when we look at a zoomed out view or a macro view. And that's really just what I wanted to offer to like, how can we look at this issue from a macro level, right? Like he was talking about with the program, what programs can be implemented and that we can start implementing in our personal lives, and then you take it back down to micro, but you have to start macro. What can we do? What is the large issue, and what is the large solution? And then when that solution trickles down, it looks different for everybody again.
And you know what the large issue is? The largest issue is how can we get our community back? We gotta get the young kids off the street and something safe. They don't have the programs that we had back in the days.
We didn't have this.
Well, we had they had like different things. We had
They
they had different things. But they know we had a lot
More
of
than they have
things.
now. We definitely have more.
I had to program.
Yeah, may I say something? With this, we always have, we always have programs. Again, they have this programs, they're good, they're happy, they're learning and doing whatever activity. Again, depending on the individual's life, when they go back home, they're going back home to something messed up. And I'm gonna tell you this because, and I'm saying this because I've been to a lot of homes because of my job. And when you go to a lot of these homes, it look like it's just chaos, nasty, filthy, everything. Like things I could not believe that I've seen with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying?
How much percentage of people dealing with that?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
On top of that,
In our community.
Now, I wouldn't say just our.
One at a time.
There are Caucasians like that. There are Hispanics like that. There are Asians like
but
that.
my thing is, we can't worry about the Caucasians now. We have to worry about us because we're the ones that's constantly being played all day, every day.
Why? Because we're superior. And they know that, so they put us against us.
You say that, but we're not superior right now. We're just talking we're superior, but look where we at right now. Saying that we're superior.
Because we mentally are crabs in a barrel.
Okay, so
we're
you
not
know
superior.
that. So now you know that. What are you doing about it?
Well, I know in my community.
What's that?
Anybody that's sitting in this chair, they're getting built up.
So
especially the youth.
Yeah, but you can't listen. What I'm saying is you can't just say
because I know helped a few people
but
go to
you can't
college
say that
this year.
when you're just talking it.
No, he's saying.
Go ahead.
No, I want him to continue. Nico.
Go ahead.
What I'm saying is, yeah, you could talk to them because at the end of the day, I talk to a lot of people too.
Yeah.
But when they go home to somebody
Back to the sentence.
Back home, he's telling some stuff. It's like it's crazy. For example, I got a young boy who lives across the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little job. This was many years ago where I was cleaning garbage. Like I was managing like 9 bills, whatever, right? Homeboy the kid saw me. He's looking at me like, oh, this guy, he's doing. He's not some of these kids think, but he don't know what else I do. So his father doesn't respect me. He's like, I'm sitting there looking at him like, oh man, whatever. Anyway, I talked to the kid like, yo, you gotta try to do this, you gotta try to do that. He's like, yeah, but my father said, the stuff you doing. I'm like, yo, this house don't know, man. I'm almost like buying a father's life. No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, just watch what I'm telling you. His father's is an alcoholic and beats him. You know what I'm saying? So now the kid didn't believe what I was saying until one day I was at work. He told me my uniform. He's like, oh, yo, you for real? I'm like, yeah. So now he's looking at me different.
Why? Because representation matters.
So what I'm saying is, he sees like, oh, this guy's doing. He's back up what he preaches. But when he go home, it's the same thing. I saw him today. He's walking around like, yeah, like he's 50 Cent. No funny. I'm sitting there like, I ain't gonna talk to this kid. It's like I've been talking to him for years. And I told him, listen, you're a young kid. You guys don't know. A bunch of us about his age, we know what time it is because he was getting jumped, shot in the train back in the days, all that stuff. So you got it easy. You just gotta get out of it because you don't have time to be playing around. But before you know it, your age is over.
How do we help?
It's gonna be hard because The only way he can help, he gotta get out of the environment.
You can't stop
You gotta
talking.
get out of the
You
neighborhood.
cannot stop talking.
I'm not
That's
saying
the
that.
thing.
But when I
That
say
child will take one thing from what you said, and that will stick in that child's mind.
and I never said
and
anything
he'll
bad.
always remember you for that.
Yeah, but what I understand that,
That's the thing.
but here's my thing. I'm a very passionate person. I don't know you guys can see that because when I
As long
speak,
as we touch one.
what I'm saying, I understand that, but what I'm looking at it, we don't have enough time. How many people been trying to touch one foot back in the 70s? We still where we at. It's a point now we gotta push all day, every day together, but we were not together because we all have different mindsets from how we grew up. So all of this has to somehow we gotta fight ourselves because we fight ourselves every day. So in order to make the things happen, and on top of that,
You go to the store?
we gotta talk to the parents. A lot of parents are in a bad position, like a lot of us, and we gotta get at them. But it's gonna be hard because they're adults. They might tell you, "F you, I ain't trying to get that out of my face."
So what's your solution?
The solution, it's hard. It's hard. Like you said, continue talking. I've been doing it, but it's like.
When they go back home.
I remember,
The only thing I'm
remember
just saying,
things
I'm gonna
that
say one last
the
thing.
elder.
I'm gonna say one last thing. The only thing I could think of, you know, this is just my opinion, because it takes a whole community to set up your own shop and have whoever like-minded be there so y'all be a stronghold. But like you said, generational wealth. Look how many things you have. Me, I'm worried about my bloodline. I say it all the time. They know this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm scared, but I have people that don't work with me.
So what's your solution?
I feel
So
I need solutions.
I think
I'm a
there's,
family guy.
we don't have much time. So there's a lot of things. This is a topic that you can't just talk about in one.
No, you can't.
This is something that we can discuss for days.
Mhm.
And you see how you're right, we have been discussing this for decades and nothing has changed.
A lot has changed.
Some things have changed and it seems
What's
like
a lot
it's getting
has
worse. If you really want
More
to
college graduates are black than ever
That's,
before.
and you're 100% correct with that.
More
Yeah,
black
more-
females too?
more
Listen,
black
more college-
firefighters, more black police officers,
More black
more
Well, that's
black
it,
lawyers.
we are
Well, they
leading.
give lawyers.
But they give more black firefighters because they couldn't pass the test and then they give them.
No.
No, that's
No.
What?
So let's go
Nigga,
back.
have you even
There you
taken
go.
the test? So
Hold
why are
on,
you
hold
talking
on.
about?
My
You talking
brother,
shit.
my grandfather is a firefighter for 23 years.
You know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about. You know
I
why?
do, right? Because that's what it did, right?
And who's involved in it?
You know the story.
Not experiencing that.
No,
Look at that.
so-
Hold on, explain again.
But we're not gonna talk about that.
Hold on. Hold
I
on.
thought we was
We can
wrapping
end on this
conversation up.
note.
Continue.
We're gonna end on this
Thank
note,
you.
right?
Come on,
We can end on this
continue.
note. We can end on this note.
Come on,
That-
we're gonna end on
Hold
her
on.
note.
We can end on this note. The black firefighters, the college, the black college, no, the white college that want to give the black more education and they claim that the black can't pass the test, just like the police department, they want to do all this extra stuff for black people. And the reason why they want to do all this because they feel like we can't pass the test, and we have to go past. And the reason why, go ahead, finish it.
That's bullshit. That's
Hold on,
bullshit.
man, he finished the statement because he's part of it.
That's
Let him
bullshit
finish it.
you just said.
That's bullshit. What you just
Finish
said.
it, please.
They feel like we can't pass the test.
Finish it, please.
They're in control of everything.
That's
Thank you.
right. That's
Just like-
So like
It's
I
not.
No.
You can't say, listen, can I say it?
Control of.
All right, and look,
Are you
look,
talking
hold on, can I say
systemically?
something?
Are you
Can I say
talking
something?
systemically?
Can I say
Then
something?
yes.
This is why, again, we have the problem, because he's verified, because he knows my story.
Yes.
And we still say, no, that's
You
BS.
can't-
Nobody's saying
Huh?
it's BS.
You couldn't pass the
Bullshit.
test.
I know enough
You couldn't pass
firefighters.
the test.
So let's go back.
How did
But
you
what
pass
they
the
did,
test?
what they did,
Okay, we're not gonna
When-
talk about
when-
that.
you know what, talk about
All
that.
right, so anyway,
Yo,
They
again, like
didn't
I said,
psych
it's
them out or
Friday
something
night.
like that.
It's Friday night, we have to barbershop.
My boy Ace passed the test.
I wish I had done that.
We all passed the test.
Why we can't keep the black dollar, the black community, and it look turn into something different. But again, it's Friday night, and we always thank you for joining us here in Community Cuts. So check us out, Community Cuts at Gmail, communitycuts39@gmail.com. You can always pop up on us at Nico's Barbershop 607 Vanderbilt Avenue in the heart of Prospect Heights. Enjoy the rest of your night. and thank
What
you for
time
joining
next
us.
Friday?
Next Friday, 9:30 p.m.
if everybody don't come, but we still be here. I think I'm gonna fire Koala next.
That's it?
I
Okay.
think I'm gonna fire your ass.
All right, first of all,
Wait, let me
I-